morning, and thank you for the opportunity to discuss my project today. My name is Sarah Roberts, and I'm one of the team leads in children's physiotherapy within Bevan University Health Board. My project is called Triage with Telly, so that's early brief intervention via video for new referrals into children's physiotherapy. So within our service, we have around 1,300 referrals a year for children from birth to 18 years of age, with a variety of movement or respiratory difficulties resulting from a wide range of conditions, illnesses, injury and disability. So this project was developed to help manage some of our low risk referrals. So to give you a bit of background, variations in walking pattern, foot posture and gross motor development are very common in young children. Parents look forward to their children meeting motor milestones such as walking. However, if there is any variation from what the parents and family feel is normal, this can generate a huge amount of concern and anxiety. Most of these developmental differences are normal and do not usually require any intervention. However, parents still often seek answers as to why their child is developing in a way that is different to what they would expect. So, and in seeking these answers, parents and primary care practitioners may seek a specialist referral into a service like ourselves. Concerns over gait, foot and mild gross motor delay are sometimes difficult to fully describe by both referring health professionals and families. Our current referral system within our service is via a written referral. Sometimes the information we receive does not always help us as triaging physios to fully understand the presentation of the difficulty and its impact on the child, and this results in an appointment being offered in most cases. We often say when we triage a referral, if only we could have just had a quick look at the child. Over my many years as working as a children's physiotherapist, I have seen many children sitting in a waiting area, just waiting for me to do a new patient assessment on them. And from the brief observation I get with them playing in the waiting area, I can tell that they probably don't require physio. These children may have waited up to 14 weeks on our routine waiting list to be assessed. And in that time, parents may become increasingly anxious that their child has a problem. And also there's an expectation that as a physiotherapist, we will be able to do something to change the way their child walks or is developing. In the year 2018 to 2019, 18% of all the patients placed on the children's physiotherapy waiting list for an appointment only needed to be seen once and were then discharged. So the aim of this project, it was to use a virtual first triage approach via video consultation. So to enable us to have visual contact with a child and family at the triage stage of the referral process. So allowing us to have early exchange of information, guidance and advice. And to help to reduce the amount of children attending unnecessary appointments, and therefore hopefully enabling a reduction in waiting list times and release physio capacity to see children who have the greatest need, to give early advice to those that require further assessment, and thereby hopefully enhancing care by empowering early self-management, to enable early referral onto other services if appropriate, and to reduce time taken out of school and work for children and parents to attend and travel to appointments. So how do we do it? So to undertake this new service, we use the Attend Anywhere web-based video consultation platform. Obviously, since COVID, this is a platform that is now widely used by health services across Wales. And we were lucky enough to have this platform set up for us pre-COVID at the beginning of 2020 to start implementing the Triage with Telly service. It was a platform that was already being used within Bevan for the CUTCH service within child and adolescent mental health services. Unfortunately, we were very delayed in implementing this project, but having Attend Anywhere already set up and able to manage our patients virtually from the start of the first lockdown, which was of such great benefit to carrying on with a service for urgent and our complex needs patients. So we undertook a pilot project over 3 months where we highlighted 46 low-risk patients from triaging paper referrals that would be suitable for a video triage call. Out of those 46, 36 attended for a triage tele video appointment. To participate, the family required access to a desktop or laptop computer, tablet or smartphone, and they would need Google Chrome or Safari web browser. Challenges. We did come up against a few challenges along the way. Obviously, the biggest challenge for everyone over this past year has been the COVID pandemic, and this resulted in us delaying the project start date by 6 months due to redeployment within our service and other clinical priorities. So we started the pilot project in October rather than in April 2020. During the pilot project, clinical and admin staff involved had to self-isolate, and some of us were ill with COVID. So this affected timely booking in of our patients. So in some cases, we weren't always able to do the triage video call as quickly as we hoped. Another challenge was around some families having unreliable internet access, and some parents lack confidence in using IT equipment, although only one parent who was off an appointment had no access to any IT facilities. Main problems were poor connection, with poor connection speed, so the image occasionally wasn't great, or there was disparity between image and voice. One patient I saw for the entire consultation upside down, so that was quite interesting. However, even with these connection difficulties, we were able to offer advice and reassurance to all the patients and families we saw. One parent commented it was definitely a two-person job, one to video and one to encourage the child to do activities asked. So we now advise if they can have an extra pair of hands to help at their video call, that would be beneficial. Although for some single parent families, and obviously with COVID restrictions, this is not always possible. And sometimes we still need to see children face to face, as a video call does not always give us all the information to get a full picture of the concern, and we will need to undertake a hands-on assessment. So, key outcomes. All of the 36 patients we saw were given advice and reassurance. 60% received information and activity leaflets. 17% required referral onto another service. 50% required a fuller assessment, but that meant that 50% were discharged at this triage call as further physiotherapy intervention wasn't required. 501 patient travel miles were saved, plus 21 hours of travel time. The average time for a video call plus paperwork for each patient was 33 minutes compared to a standard 1 hour appointment that would be given for a face-to-face appointment. Over the 36 clinical hours, that saved over the 36 patients, that saved 15 clinical hours over the 3 months. The average waiting time for a triage appointment from referral received was 19 days, and that's compared to a maximum of 98 days to wait for first physio contact if on a routine waiting list. That 19 days is now considerably less, as most will be seen in the following week after paper triage if we're able to contact the family. 3 patients following video triage required urgent physiotherapy intervention, and 1 required urgent referral to orthopaedics. From the written information we had received on the initial referral, we would not have known urgent treatment was necessary or required. 24 out of the 36 parents undertook a telephone questionnaire. 100% were satisfied with the triage call. 100% would recommend this service to a friend, and 100% felt their concerns were listened to. Only 12.5%, which was 3 families, would have preferred a face-to-face appointment, but one did state that being seen quickly was more important to them than waiting for that face-to-face appointment. And here are just a few of the comments that we received from parents. Okay, so the next steps. It would be great to gather further parent experience evaluation of how beneficial the initial triage video consultation was to their child's ongoing progress. We'd like to look into offering triage sessions outside normal hours, so after school and work, as this can be a barrier to how quickly we can see a child if parents have got to arrange time off work. To explore having a broader criteria for early triage video calls, looking at other possible referral cohorts of children that may benefit from early brief intervention, possible development of an advice or drop-in clinic for families and professionals to give verbal advice, guidance, and discuss if a referral is required, and implementation of a self-referral process, enabling that earlier advice and education to empower parents and families and patients to self-manage as early as possible in the referral process. So my Bevan experience, let's just say it's definitely taken me out of my comfort zone. I was very apprehensive about applying to become a Bevan Exemplar, but looking back, it has been such a great opportunity, although at times a little challenging, especially doing it over the past pretty difficult year. The Bevan programme has enabled me to have time and space to develop an idea and take it from just a thought to a reality. It has been also so great meeting lots of new people from around Wales, from many different backgrounds and job roles. Everyone I have met has been so passionate about their idea and project and about making a difference. And I have met and listened to some very inspiring people. And I would definitely recommend applying to become a Bevan Exemplar to anyone out there who has a new idea and wants to make a difference. And thank you for listening.